Okay, so you're going to go ahead and Volk. When you Volk, Tabitha will do it automatically. Tabitha draws a 2 of clubs and an 8 of spades. She's going to keep the 2 of clubs because I will let her act faster. And there's going to be certain feats I'll put in the game too that when you draw certain suits you get certain bonuses. When you draw certain numbers, if they're under a certain number, you get certain bonuses. For you, I draw an ace of clubs and a 5 of clubs. Which would you rather keep?
I'm taking the ace.
So it goes you, then Tabitha. That's a good draw. Chelsea. The gang was not Volged yet. They Volged out a reflex and they all dropped it because they're trying to keep control. So the 2 guys by the door are going to be a card. They draw 4 diamonds. Call that the north door. So they draw 4 diamonds, I meant to say. The guy here in the corner by Tabby, oh crap.
Oh, nice joker.
He draws a joker. So he'll actually get to preempt you guys and he gets a +2.
Little bastard.
This guy on the next side draws a 10. The guy next to him draws a 7 of spades, the 10s of diamonds. And the last one draws an ace of diamonds.
Not better than mine?
No, spades beat diamonds.
Okay.
When you count, you go, at least I should say I'm going, you go in numerical order, starting from ace to king. They're resolved, though, in reverse numerical order. Spades are always, historically in poker, the high hand.
Okay.
And they use that poker suite in all the Savage Worlds games because they use it in Deadlands. And that will go spades, diamonds, spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs. So clubs are actually like the last in that resolve. So yeah, actually he would beat you. My mistake. Alright, so the first person to go is the guy with the joker. He sees you 2 Volk, and he actually tries to make a persuasion roll. He goes up in front of Tabby, and he says, Chica, you want no part of this. Just let us go.
And he fails miserably.
And Tabitha just kind of looks at him, and she whispers to you, are we letting them go or not? Speaking in small sentences is a free action in their system.
Okay.
This will be the only sentence you get because after this you've used it.
Well, they're the ones doing something morally wrong. So, all they gotta do is just delay until the police get here.
Tabby looks at the rat and goes, no can do, dinner. And she tries to intimidate him. Oh.
Oh my god! She's like massively successful! The guy's peeing his pants!
Okay, so with a 25, feline Weston Tabitha looks at him and goes, no can do, dinner. And this poor guy, so she has, let's see, 25 minus 4. She has more than 4 successes over the target. I'm going to say he is actually shaken rather than just intimidated. He's shaken. He's not acting the rest of the round. He is so intimidated. He's like, oh my god! I mean, he's out of it. And I mean, the poor guy had his joker too, so that was a really good draw for you guys. So that puts him out, and it doesn't quite put Tabby out. Although when I take her next action, though, since Intimidate is an action, I will have to give her a multi-action penalty, and I think about that. And I did actually slightly go out of order there. The ace should have gone first. So this guy with his ace, he says to the guy in front of him, look man, you want to let me go or you're going to get hurt. You can't beat me. And the guy tries to get into a boxing stance.
Oh god.
And the little Hispanic were-rat looks at him and goes, yeah, okay. And he dives, and his left foot goes behind the guy's front foot, and he does this weird kind of like kick with his foot and push forward with his shoulder. You have any unarmed combat skill?
Yeah.
Roll it. You might recognize the movement. Because at this particular time, this was becoming a very popular martial art.
No.
Okay, you have no idea where the move
oblivious.
comes from. But it's clear this kid's had some training of some kind. So he attacks the guy, and he succeeds in tripping him, so this guy goes down. his next action is to move his full pace right to the door, and these two guys, when it's their turn, will go out the door. He comes out the door, he is just outside.
Okay.
I need to find a better way to take pictures of the combat since we're updating the listeners. Aren't so thrown out. Okay.
I just take pictures with my phone.
Yeah, but it's the same thing I'm doing with the tablet, and the tablet it's easier to work.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have to pause and stop.
It's okay. Alright, so then the next person up in the initiative order,
Me?
since that ace guy has acted, is then you, because you had an ace of clubs. So now you go next. What do you do?
Okay, well they're like fleeing that way, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. You could dive out the door and come here to attack them to keep them from moving. Okay, you don't have to run to get there, so you can move that direction. Since you're not stealthing or anything, there's a chance they notice you on the way in. So let me roll their notices. None of them realize you're coming. You'll be able to get there, and all you'll have to hit is their base parry.
Okay, no magic.
Now, since you're unarmed, you can take one attack for full value, or you can take 2 attacks at a -2, one from each arm.
Which guy's got the wallet?
This guy in front.
She'll go after him.
Now, you could also, if you wanted to elect to, although it would expose you to danger from the other 2 guys, you could just tackle him. And since you're charging, there'd be an extra +1 to do that. Okay, so you're just going to walk up and hit him?
I guess. You can, like, hit him with her
Alright, so you go to walk up and hit him. You get within hit range, he sees you come, and he starts, ah! And since you're right adjacent to this guy, one of their Vesson abilities kick in. Rats swarm targets and fight together, almost like a pack.
Okay.
So since this guy is adjacent to this guy, and he's adjacent to this guy, his parry now goes up by 2 more.
Oh, thank you so much.
And if he attacks you, his attack will go up by 4. You're very welcome. That look that is not translating the audio is a fuck you, James. Look. The gangers have a base parry.
Ooh!
See, what's the unarmed again? 4. The bangers have a base parry of 6 when they're not volked.
Yeah, well, I got 12, got 2 6s, so I get exploder, and then 4 and 2. So 12.
Okay, well, let's count it up. So you have
18.
You needed a 6 to hit, so there's your successful hit. And then you have 12 points. You need 4 points over the target. Each one's a raise. So you have 3 raises over the target. When you hit this guy, you will do strength plus 3d6 damage.
She's vogue right now too, so her strength is a d8 rather than a d6.
Ouch. So you roll a d8 and 3d6. And this should be owie. Now, when you hit this guy, you get to declare since you're on. Are you trying to do lethal damage? Or are you just trying to knock him out?
No, she's trying to, like, knock him out.
Okay.
She's already got enough shit going on.
I was about to clarify that, because if you went for full lethal on this, the cops will want some words with you, and ow.
Is that
It aces. All dice ace.
Okay.
All dice ace.
Okay, so yeah, they've got 4, and then you got 6, and then 3 and 5. So 8,
Okay, so
4.
his toughness is 6.
12.
So hold on, this you're making it way too complicated. It's just easy. Think of their toughness and then subtract from there. So we take that way right now because that matches his toughness. Now every 4 points is a result. The first result on non-wild cards is shaken, so these 2 dice will make him shaken. Every 4 points after that is a wound. Non-wild cards can only take 1 wound.
She's
Alright?
giving him like 2.
These Vesson aren't wild cards, so you hit him for a wound, you knock him silly, and the second one will knock him out.
Okay.
He is out like a light. Bang!
Damn,
Poor
she
little-
packs a punch.
Poor little Nezumi. Well, she was running and had all of her body weight behind it, so...
True.
And
She's
that's
all,
happening over there.
She's all Hexen Beast bitch right now.
I'm the Hexen Beast, bitch! Right? Okay, so the next up in the initiative then is a 2 of clubs. That's Tabitha. Tabitha realizes she doesn't have to mess with this guy.
No, she's got him peeing his pants.
But there's 3 of them right here.
Mm-hmm.
So she risks turning her back on him. She takes one step forward and engages these three guys.
Oh boy.
They technically get a gang up bonus because they're all adjacent. But she has pretty good skills, so it's not really going to help them that much. Where's her unarmed? Okay. Well, that's Danny, not Tabby. Where's Tabby? There she is. She also is Volg, so, and I also forgot, when you're Volg, you get if you're a fighting breed like Tabitha, you get a +1 to fight.
Well, I don't think
So she'll be rolling a d8 for that, a d6 for her wild die, and she gets to add 1 because she is a fighting breed. They are 3 Nezumi, base parry is 6. He's got 2 buddies, so his parry goes up to 8. And she just has a hit. As they are something that she would normally prey upon, she's not really holding back.
Oh dear.
I'm going to roll a Psyche real quick to see if she comes to her senses. She does not. Okay. So, the first guy, her claws pop.
Oh no.
And she goes right for his throat.
Oh no.
Misses his throat and inflicts... Oops. 5. She does get over his toughness. So she like scratches him on the face and the cheek and scares him. He's like, ah! Alright. In addition, since she's a fighting breed, at her level and her progression, she gets a free bite every round. She takes a bite at one of the other ones. And misses him. Alright. Next one up. So the 2 guys here by the door that are right by the guy you knocked silly. One of them pulls out what looks like some kind of device from his jacket.
Okay.
He throws it back into the bus.
Oh, yay.
Alright? So that's his first action. His second action, after he's done moving, we come over here and try to get the guy up off the ground. Unfortunately, in this game, unlike D&D, there is no AOO, from what I've been reading. Once you're acted out, you're acted out. Attack of opportunity.
Oh, okay.
In D&D, if he had stepped into your zone or tried to leave it, if he tries to leave your zone automatically, some feats, if they step in, you get to try to take a free swipe at them.
Okay.
Here it's just done, Hector! Hector! And Hector's not responding because Hector's out like a light. The bomb goes off here. Smoke fills the room, and the whole crowd panics. Because this is New York, and ever since 9/11.
Yeah.
And so everybody in the car makes a panic check. Wow.
We got some non-panicky people.
The majority of the car does not panic. In fact, everybody by the door where you is doesn't panic. A couple of guys in the middle panic and freak out, and one guy in the back freaks out. Oh my god, a bomb! Oh my god, a bomb! And basically not they're panicky. They're going to like be moving around the battlefield type thing. But they haven't had a chance to move just yet because they don't have any initiative. The next up then is... Okay, so now we have guys attacking Tabitha. I'm going to go ahead and roll both their attacks. They will add, see the gang up bonus, normally that would be 2 extras, so that would be +2 each, and then their resuming bonus comes in, so they actually have +4s. Then you hit her parry, which I remember correctly is currently 8. Check that. 7. Her parry is currently 7, so they got to roll 4s or better. There's a lot of trading of jabs, a lot of insults, kicks, punches, but nobody can really land a punch on her. She's kind of like batting it all away. And we are in another round.
Yay!
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I had one guy didn't act. This guy takes a swipe at you. What's your parry?
Oh, right now it's a 6 because she's hold.
He does not have a gang up bonus because he didn't have a gang up bonus. He just missed you. All right. We are in a new initiative.
Yay!
Some people move around the battlefield a little bit. Try and get out. These two people actually try to attack one of the guys who was attacking you because they just saw a guy try to attack a girl. They didn't see you attack the other guy. This guy comes out the door and says, You need to wait for the cops! And this guy comes up to help him. So now there's two regular civilians up there trying to help you. This guy moves up this way, panicky. These two people move this way, gets to the corner of the car, panicky. He's actually trying to open the sanction door to get to the next room. This guy just kind of panics out and he's moving around. And this guy in the corner actually tries to cold cock one of those guys because he just saw him. Oh no, he was under panic, I'm sorry. He tries to get through this sanction door. So he's actually in the way of the cops trying to come through. Let me go ahead and photograph that real quick. Okay. So, new card draw. You're Vogued. You get a, not a great hand. You want the Queen of, you actually want the King of Hearts. Because although it's less than the Queen, Hearts will go before the club.
That's fine.
Tabby draws an Ace of Spades. Okay. This group will draw 4 of clubs because they're all fighting Tabitha, so I'll work them as just one group. The guy who's like mauled by you and the other people who draws a 2 of diamonds. And the guy who's trying to help Hector draws a 2 of hearts.
Nice.
Okay, so on round 2, first person up will be Tabby. Tabby is going to take a multi-action penalty this turn. She is going to fight with both hands and the bite, so each guy will get 1 attack. That means that she has an extra -2 to hit them, so I can increase their parry from 5 to 7. I believe their parry is a 5, is that correct? Take a look at that real quick. Oh no, their parry is a 6. And they Vogue it's a 7. So she will actually need 8s on her dice. She gets to roll her d8 and her wild die. So going down the line, the first attack, 9, just got it. Second attack, aced out. But only a 10. And the last attack is good at a 13. So 1 has a raise for damage because she's 4 points over the number. So I'll deal with that one first, and that would probably be the bite attack, that would come last. So she gets to roll her strength, which while she's rolled is a d8. She rolls an 8. She rolls an extra bonus die for the bite strength. That's a 12. She gets the d6 extra damage for the raise, which also is going to ace out. Oh my god.
She's gonna kill this guy.
And the bite does +1, so I have a total of 12, 24, 25. She does 26 points of damage to his toughness of, I believe, 7. Yeah. So you see Tabitha bite down on this guy, and as the fight's going on, something happens. Like maybe he tries to swing a punch at something at her, and she just lashes on, and she lashes on right here, and you see a rip, and blood just goes flying.
Oh, yay.
The problem being Vestin is you have to make certain rolls sometimes. She's in kill mode because they're prey.
Yeah, maybe they should have just walked out.
Yeah. The other one, she only gets regular damage for it. It'll be a claw swipe, so I need a d4. That one she makes shaken, so this guy's shaken. This guy's dead. And the other one, ouch. So these two guys are shaken and are no longer attacking. Like, ah! At the end of the round, they get to try to do something else. But one of the guys is dead. She just bites his throat, bites his arteries and veins that are just right off.
Ugh.
Blood goes everywhere. Next up, this guy with Hector, realizing that he is outnumbered, realizing that he's got guys coming at him now, he panics, he reaches into his jacket, and as an action he draws a knife, pulls the knife out and does the whole switchblade type thing, and tries to intimidate the crowd away from him. And as he is armed now, some of them will definitely listen. Or not. The two guys he's trying to intimidate, they just look at him and go, "Bitch, I'm gonna feed you that knife."
Oh,
and these two normal humans just walk up and both try to pound this poor little Wesson into the ground. Neither one of them successfully hits him. And yeah, he's acted out because he pulled the weapon and tried to intimidate. That's everything. So he's like, "Get away, get away!" And they're like, "Oh, boom, boom, boom!" You know, like trying to hit him. Such nobody has a grapple yet. This guy between you and the other two, he actually tries to take a swing at you. Your parry is?
At the moment, it says 6.
With.
Neener, neener, neener.
Neener, neener, neener. Okay. Excuse me. The other two fighting him, they actually try to latch on him and hold on. One of them quickly fails and falls down. The other one kind of gets a little part of his jacket and his jacket comes off. And with that, we are now to these two guys. They're already shaken, so they don't count. This guy was shaken from the last round, so I get to roll to see if he recovers. She scared him so badly that I'm not going to let him fully recover. He actually flees the battle. He runs out the door, knocks this guy over, and runs that way, so he's away from the battle. You see him running through the station.
Okay.
Give me a notice roll. It's a battle, it's noisy. Let's put a -3 on it. So you need 7 or better. Don't notice it. Right. Photograph the current situation. So at the end of round 2, this is where we're at. And then it's your turn to go. What do you do?
I'm gonna punch the guy that keeps punching at me.
This guy here?
Yeah.
So you turn and you whack him. You're going to take 1 shot or 2 shots?
We'll just do 1 shot.
1 shot at him.
I got
That's a hit.
8.
Roll your strength.
What's my strength again? Ooh. See, it's just the D8, right?
Yeah.
2.
So you hit him. You hit him hard enough that he feels it, but he doesn't really react to it. It's like, you know, like an oof or, you know, seeing obvious damage. It's a fist fight, so these kind of things happen. But you land a punch, now his attention's on you. He's like, woof!
Well, he's been hitting at me, so yeah. What is it?
Yeah, but he's also been turning back because this is the same guy who had the jacket taken off of him.
Yeah.
It is a 3rd round now. You hear officers trying to get in. Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Let me out! Let me out! Says the guy at the door, getting in the officer's way. This guy makes it into the sanction area. These 2 girls follow him. So they are all fleeing the battle this way. This poor intimidated guy is still there going, "It's a bomb! It's a bomb!" And this girl who's right in the door is yelling, "Oh, we're all gonna die! We're all gonna die!" Civvies. Alright, so for you, I draw a 3 of hearts.
Do I get 2?
Oh, that's right. We have a 3 or 8.
I'm
You want
going
the
with
3.
3.
Tabby draws a 10 or a 3 of spades. She'll take the 3 of spades. That means she will act just before you, and then it'll be her. Be her than you. The 2 guys she's fighting are shaken. I can't remember if shaken characters get to draw a card. I think they do. They just can't attack. They draw a Queen of Diamonds. And the guy's been punching at you. Draws a 9 of clubs, so he's way behind in the order. And the guy trying to defend Hector draws a 9 of spades. Okay, so first up is Tabby. Tabby now has 2 opponents who are shaken. She again takes the multi-action penalty, and this time she puts all 3 attacks on one guy.
Oh no.
First attack. Okay, so the first attack, she is 2 over what she needs, so I'm going to go ahead and roll damage for it. Normally I would roll all the attacks first. This is her claw, so they do a d4. So she gets a d8 plus 2d4. She had 2 raises, so she rolls 2 extra dice of damage. 6, 8. He takes a wound, he's down. See, she has another target. She attacks that target. Oh, sorry, I'm rolling the wrong die. I need to roll an attack. She has a hit. Barely just, though. Gives him a couple of scratches, but he's still up. And then her last attack is another bite. And at that one, she actually misses. Okay. So that acts Tabby out. You're up.
Oh, cold clock the guy again.
Alright. Do you want to do 1 shot or 2?
Just 1.
Just 1 shot. Now, you get a little bit of a bonus because although this guy now is not like, so these 2 guys here are still focused on this guy defending Hector, but this guy here is behind him, so you get a gang up bonus. You actually get to add 1 to that roll. So you have a 9.
I guess, yeah.
Okay, so you have a 9 total. You have a hit. Roll your strength damage. And the gang up bonus, if I remember correctly, applies to the damage as well.
5.
So 5 plus 1 is 6. That happens to be exactly at his toughness, so you give him shaken. He's now shaken, he cannot act.
Okay, cool.
If he takes another wound while he's shaken, he's unconscious or dead, depending what happens, because he's not a wild card.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Then we're up to the guy defending Hector. The guy defending Hector, seeing that it's just not going to go his way, says, "Lo siento, mi hermanos," and he beats feet. He just runs for it. And these 2 guys go chasing him the entire way.
Oh my goodness.
The guy behind the one that you're fighting, who's now shaken, since the guy is shaken, he can't really resist well, he reaches up and tries to bear hug the guy. Oh. Oh!
Yeah, these are some pretty badass NPCs.
With a 21, he reaches up, bear hugs the guy, kicks his leg out, and pins the guy to the ground underneath his body weight. "You are gonna hold still till the cops get here, motherfucker," the guy says to him. So now they're both prone. This guy continues to panic. This guy gets rolled to stop, trying to stop being shaken. He doesn't succeed. The cops, at this point, break through the door. This guy comes out of the way, and 2 police officers, which I will mark with gray plastic minis. 2 police officers come in, weapons drawn. All right, everybody on the ground, nobody moves.
Oh boy.
So we are now in this situation. And poor Tabby over here
Tabby's in a shit ton of trouble at the moment.
has 2 police officers right at the door, and you over here have a bunch of fallen people around you. Now, looking at the battle map, I can already tell you there is only 1 person on that map that if you were to start teeking, would see it happen, and it's this guy who's already in a panic state.
Why would she take him?
There are a pair of police officers with guns, and Tabby's right there, and Tabby's apparently in a bit of a blood rage.
True.
You might want to, like, yank on Tabby, or make the guy next to the police officer stumble, so that he gets into their way.
Yeah, she'll do
and she can run.
She'll do that. What do I need to roll for that?
Alright, well, teeking would be your action. Now, the other thing you can do is you can call for Tabitha as a free action, Tabby come my way kind of thing. But then you won't be able to actually move. As I understand the rules... No, you couldn't run, but you could move.
Okay.
So basically, there's a lot of stuff going on. The character could, like, turn the corner, because she's going to have to actually move to turn the corner, because right now you're inside.
Yeah.
And obviously, this is blocking your telekinesis.
Oh, okay.
Because TK does work by line of sight. So you could step into the car. You now have the ability to take one of these guys into the officers, into their way. Maybe push the girl into their way.
Oh, okay.
And then yell for Tabby. And then you'd be able to walk, well, it would only be walking, but in the game mechanics it's walking. Be able to walk and move somewhat away from the area so maybe the officers don't see you.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you step in.
And she'll...
Give me a weirding roll. The girl you're attacking only has a weird of 2. She doesn't see it coming. You're moving her all of one space, so that's a +0. And you're not lifting her whole body weight, so there's no difficulty there. You need a total of 2 to move her 1 square, 4 to move her into the officers.
I got a 6.
Whoomp! She's into the officers' squares. They all go down in a heap. Alright? And then I need you to make a speech roll to try to get Tabby to hear you.
Okay. I got a 5.
Okay, so you're calling out for Tabby. Role play it.
Hey, Teeb, stop being puta! Yeah.
Let's see if she hears you over the battle. Oh, she does. With an 18, Tabby, turning as she's about to go after the Nezumi again, hears you, sees the officers, and she makes a run check to get to you. And because of her breed, when she does a run check, she gets to roll a d10 rather than a d6. So she gets to roll 3 extra inches. So I'll do the extra inches first. 1, 2, 3, and then her 6. So she's about halfway out, and you're more in front of her by the time it's over.
Okay.
And that's how their melee combat system works. What do you think? Fast, effective, much faster than D&D, right?
Yeah.
And very realistic from what we just saw.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me put these minis over here out of harm's way. Okay, so you're running. I need you to give me some notice rolls to see if you're being tailed.
5.
5.
Yep.
Not bad. You don't appear to be being tailed. Give me a smarts roll.
3.
Almost all subways in New York have security cameras.
Oh yeah. So what are they gonna do about that?
Well, let's think about what they saw. The cameras wouldn't be able to see you voguing.
No.
But they would see, if someone sits there and examines all the footage, they would see Tabitha having some words with the guy that got mad at her. And if I recall correctly, who started that fight?
Well, they did.
Right. So it might look like self-defense. The problem's going to be the guy whose arm she bit died.
Yep.
That's a problem.
Yep. Oh boy.
Yep, the thing that happens in modern role-playing games that I love that does not happen in most fantasy things is you have real legal problems for acting a certain way. So now poor Tabby might be looking at a manslaughter charge.
Well, her family's rich. Maybe they know something that they could do.
And that's just the legal problems.
Yeah. Oh god, there's a Grimm on the police force.
Oh, I'm talking about that.
Oh?
You pissed off a gang.
Oh, yeah.
2 girls beat the crap out of this gang.
Oh boy.
Alright, so you're running out of the car. Running, trying to get where you're going. You walk up into the subway.
Get Tabitha to probably wipe any blood that she might have off her mouth.
You run up onto the street level. People are getting out of your way. All right, there's screams and everything. It occurs to you, your problem is, first problem is the cameras.
Yeah.
Second problem is the gang. Third problem is Tabby's still covered in blood.
Okay.
What do you do?
I don't know what she'd be able to do about the cameras. Could she put a luck curse on the cameras? Because that's something that doesn't need a potion.
Jinx affects mechanical items. Luck curse affects people.
Shit. She doesn't have anything. She's gonna be fixing that.
You are incorrect in thinking you don't have anything.
What?
You can give me a minor clue, or you can give me a Benny.
Minor clue?
You know a lawyer.
Oh.
You have her on speed dial, remember?
Oh.
And she's Vesson.
Okay, so she'll be calling the lawyer.
Bingo!
I forgot about the lawyer, actually.
So you start calling Deborah.
Yep.
Mrs. Hines' office. I believe her name's Deborah Hines. Yeah.
Yeah, can I speak to Deborah?
Miss Hines is in a deposition. Is it important?
Yeah.
Is this a matter of life and death?
Would it be considered a matter of life and death?
Someone did die.
Well, someone did die.
One moment. You hear a hushed tone come on. This is Deborah Hines. Who am I speaking with?
It's Chelsea, Nottingham. Yeah.
You
sorry.
again.
Hey, it's not my fault this time.
Twice in 2 days. What happened now?
Relate.
Your friend is certainly in a lot of trouble if she doesn't go to a station right away and turn herself in.
Okay, is there one?
Walk to the nearest precinct, walk in, tell them you were assaulted and you want to file a report.
Okay.
Call me, you walk into the precinct, I will have one of my aides show up.
Okie dokie.
Right, now remember, you're on your way to meet Chandler.
Yeah.
I'm going to call him next.
Call.
Hey, where are you?
There's a fight in the subway. We've got to make a quick stop and then we'll be there, hopefully.
Define quick.
As in, we have to go to the police station?
Fuck, you're going to be another couple hours. Between paperwork and interview, you're going to be another couple hours at least.
Sorry.
What happened?
The gang fight in the subway car.
Which gang?
I don't know.
Oh, well, now that's a complicated problem. I thought you were supposed to have good luck. I thought cursing something you did to other people.
Have you noticed how my life has been for the past few days? I am not the least surprised that everything has gone wrong.
Alright, here's what we're going to do. You go take care of the legal matter. I'm going to keep a watch on the place. And when you guys get out, you're bringing me coffee, donuts. No, scratch that. You bring me coffee, a Chicago-style dog, that'll do for now. Maybe some fries, too.
Okay.
It might be where this stupid broad gets in a fight. Click.
Okay, grabs Tabitha and starts dragging her to the nearest police station.
Since Tabitha's mouth is covered in blood, everyone is like shying away from you.
Well, like I said, she probably would have wiped her, tried to wipe her mouth down.
Blood is really, really sticky.
Does she have like some hand wipes in her purse?
Possible. Make a smarts roll. See if you prepared ahead of time. Basic 4.
Yep.
Okay, so you have wipes.
Yeah.
So you wipe yourselves down, you walk into the precinct.
Mm-hmm.
As you get close to the precinct, Tabitha starts getting really, really nervous. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, the Grimm's gonna kill me, the Grimm's gonna kill me, the Grimm's gonna kill me.
Don't worry about it, okay? Just keep it calm.
We're walking into the lair of the Grimm!
I've got somebody who's gonna help out, okay?
What, you've got the army on speed dial?
No, it's a lawyer, but still. He can't do any...
Don't let him kill me.
I won't let him kill you.
Okay. She's suddenly a very scared little girl. You need to make a speech roll to persuade her to walk through those doors. And since she's scared and it's for her life, I'm going to say it's a -4. You need an 8 or better.
Yep. 9.
Got it by 9. By 1. Okay. So you calm her down enough to walk through the precinct doors. You walk through the precinct, you see the typical things you'd expect to see in a precinct.
Yeah.
People are walking in and out. There's a lot of noise. The desk sergeant there takes one look at you and says, "What can I do for you?"
Relate. Make a report. Yada,
Certainly.
Yada.
He has the lieutenant escort you over to a... actually, probably be a... Well, they have to investigate, but they may not put a full-blown detective on this. No, if someone died. Yeah, there would be a detective. It would have to be a homicide investigation automatically. Okay, so he brings you over to the detective's desk. This detective's name is Autry. This is Detective Autry and Detective Jones. And Autry and Jones are both women. They sit you down. Autry in particular is an African-American woman. She's like, "Tell me what happened."
Just, tell them.
Relate. Yeah. Obviously, we're leaving out the Vesson vulging part.
Obviously, that's just stupid.
And you want to phrase this in such a manner that makes you look like you were the good guys and you had no choice but to try to get involved.
Yeah.
Because this is New York City. They don't have Good Samaritan laws, if I remember correctly.
Really?
If I remember correctly, when I researched it, if you see a fight going on and you get involved, you can not only be civilly liable, you might be criminally liable for escalating the situation. It depends on some of the circumstances around the event. Now, since you are both women, this is going to look better than if you'd been men.
Oh.
But you still didn't give me a speech roll.
Okay. I got a 3.
Which means this detective sitting across from you might see through your story. Would you like to give me a Benny to maximize one of those dice?
I don't know.
If the detective sees through your story, you have a problem. You have 3 at the beginning of every session. You've used 1.
Wait, I thought it was a minor clue that I used.
You used a Benny earlier.
Oh yeah, with something.
Uh-huh.
Oh, go ahead.
Alright, so you can roll one of those dice again and max it. Go ahead and put it down on the
A D4?
table maxed.
A D. Okay, so there. And
Okay, then you roll your wild die. And you roll your skill die again, because that die would max, so it would have aced out.
Oh.
So you have a 12 altogether.
So now I'm exploding.
Actually, I take that back. Now we have a...
Now I got another explode. Give me another D4.
16, 20...
Sure, you can have exploded. Freaking A!
24.
Seriously? Where's
The
some
dice
more
gods have
D4s?
decided to smile upon you today.
She's like selling this story like there's no tomorrow. Oh my god!
Okay, stop looking for other D4s. Let's count this up. You have 1 success automatically because the target, well, it's, I shouldn't say success because this is opposed, but the detective rolled a 3, so there's a success. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're 6 successes altogether. You don't need to roll anymore. The detective believes you. As far as she is concerned, you guys saw armaments or something. Or your life was literally in danger. Okay? So, the detective writes up the report. You are indeed there for about 2 hours because after they take your statement, I imagine it take about 20 minutes to walk to the station. Officers come in and say, "We got a couple of them. Do you all want to? Could you all stick around and pick these guys up out of a lineup?"
Why not?
Okay. So they take you to a nice little room you see in TV, and they have the guys line up. And sure enough, 2 of the guys in the room were in the car.
That one and that one.
Okay. They give you a possible court date you'll need to show up for because now you probably have to testify in court.
Yay.
And thank you for your time. And both detectives give you their cards. Say, stay in touch. You did the right thing. However, we would encourage you in the future, if you see something dangerous, try to flee the area and call. Because you have to explain, since you're on video, you have to explain why you charged into the area.
Yeah.
Let's say you came up with, you heard them say, "I'm going to kill you."
Okay.
All right, or you thought they were going to kill the guy, so you jumped in. All right, so you get to Chandler. 2.5 hours late.
Take a quick break. Sorry, I got it.
Not a problem. I think we might be at recording limit anyway. Almost. I'm going to pause. So, you get to Chandler.
Of course, they got the stuff he demanded first before they got there.
You walk over, and he's leaning against a building in shadow, where he's watching the target. He motions for you to come over, because he hasn't met the girl you're with yet.
Yeah, she'll tell Tabby to stay put.
First thing he does, he looks in the back. Good. Fries too. Good. Everything on the dog? Okay. and he scarfs the dog down. He's popping the fries. He's like, all right, so tell me exactly what happened, or she's sitting there eating everything down.
Really.
When he gets to the coffee, he's like, all right, well, sounds like she's had a hell of a day. We should probably not tell her today that you know a Grimm that's not on the police force.
Yeah, probably not a good idea, considering how...
But if trouble starts, I don't want her freaking out either.
It's up to you.
Call her over.
Tab!
Tabby comes over. She comes over, you see her look him down, up from head to toe. Chandler's not a bad looking guy, but he's not exceptionally handsome. He's kind of plain. He's got that face that's perfect for blending in kind of thing. And so she comes over to him. You can tell she gives him the once over. Crap. That didn't go the way I intended.
They're just throwing cards all over the place.
And when they're new, they're so inflexible that happens a lot. She's like, so this is the private detective you were telling me about?
Yeah, he's the one that I hired.
How do you do, sir? I'm Miss Tabitha Purrs. He looks at her and goes, I'm Chandler. Like friends? No, like Raymond. Who's Raymond Chandler? There is so much wrong with that statement, young lady, that I do not have time to fix. I want you to look very deeply into my eyes. Normally men wait for a couple of, oh my god!
Keep it cool. It's okay.
Oh. And then she sits there and she goes, how'd you know I'd vogue if you hit on me? He just kind of smiles. I'm good at what I do. And so humble about it. The New Yorker coming back out. And she looks at you, she's like, what are we doing talking to a fucking Grimm?
He's helping with my mom's case.
Why so you can cut off our heads later?
Because he stopped the other one from doing just that.
I've got my eyes on you, she says to him, trying to intimidate him. He takes a sip of his coffee. He turns away and suddenly he's like looking right at her, and she jumps back a foot. Ah! And actually screams like that. Chandler looks at her and says, oh yeah, you're tough.
Oh, before I forget, look at me real quick, Chandler.
He does.
She votes, because she's trying to get herself used to the whole Grimm thing.
Give me a guts check.
She's like, if she does it often enough, then we'll figure out.
I'm basing that on how often Monroe now vogues around Nick,
Yeah.
and how he seems to be more comfortable with looking at it.
Ooh. Okay, so she got like a 6, 7, an 8.
You managed not to be scared this time. Although it's still a frightening thing to look at. You're looking at, here's death itself talking to you. The only thing missing is the capital letters. I miss you, Terry Pratchett. Okay.
So she unbogus.
Chandler's like, Stella's apartment is up there.
Okay.
I tracked her down from some sources of mine. I've seen her go into this place. It's not in her name. However, one of the night guards saw her go in there 2 nights ago. No one's seen her since.
I guess I could just walk up and see if she'll let me in.
We might have to do that.
Okay, well, here's to hoping I don't get hexed to bits.
You are armed, right?
Of course.
Good. How about you? I really don't want to get into another altercation today.
You just charm anybody who tries to cause any trouble.
Right. Well, here's what we'll do. Your point, I'm second. Your friend follows up in the tail.
Okay.
So you walk into the building. Give me a notice roll. I'll roll for Tabby and for Chandler.
Ooh.
Tabby has a 15.
13, 14.
Chandler has a 6. You have a what?
I have a 14.
Alright, so you walk into the place, and the first thing you notice is that this is, well, not quite a dive. This is clearly a apartment complex meant for people on the lower socioeconomic ring. The people here are doing their best to keep it up. It's not like you're like in the ghetto or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But you can tell this is not a place where people normally have money. You see a lot of people actually outside in the hallways doing things like their own maintenance rather than let building maintenance do it, because maybe building maintenance doesn't do it. And everyone seems pretty friendly and open. Most of the people that live here seem to be Creole, because you're hearing it all over the place, which would explain what Estella's doing here.
Okay.
All right. And since the three of you are white as snow,
They stand out.
you are getting some looks. What do you do?
Is there like a thing that has a list of? Because I know some places have like lists of who are living in.
You look at the wall, and you see a list of names. But remember, Chandler already said.
You know, she's probably not using her name, but she might be using a pseudonym or a former name that maybe she's familiar with.
Give me a notice check. Good thought.
I got a 7.
So what Tabby noticed is she's looking around, she's going, wow, there are cameras all over this place. They probably have a recording of her coming in, and if anybody that came in here to talk to her.
Okay.
And Chandler says, which means they're recording us right now.
Oh, fantastic.
Okay.
I got a 7.
You find one of Estelle's pseudonyms that you know she uses from her days with her mom.
This one.
4th floor, room 417.
Okay.